Okie dokie, I believe we are all the way live. Hello and welcome to my graveyard. I am your host of the evening, the Cemetery Man from Salem, Mass. Always taking names and kicking candy ass. Live in the color here with you on Grande's Graveyard. And welcome to a very special edition of the show where tonight, I know we're a day early because it's not technically until tomorrow, but we're going to be doing a live birthday celebration for yours truly. Yes, tomorrow I turn the ripe old age of 26. I'm an old man now. I'm going to need a cane or a walker or, the walker with the tennis balls in the end or something. I don't know, to get to work and back. But yeah, no, I figured we do kind of a party show. It's kind of similar to what we did back in October, right? When we did a Halloween spectacular, spooktacular, where I did some Q&A. We did some horror rankings, just kind of a hangout episode, no real topic on hand or anything like that. Just kind of a celebration of you guys, of me, of the whole goddamn thing. So I figured, we do that here tonight. And I see we got a bunch of people in the chat even before I went live. John Steele's in the house. John Steele, welcome to the grave, my friend. Happy early born day. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Ciao, Grande and friends. Merry early Christmas to all of you. You too, Missy. I appreciate that. Happy early birthday, my brother, Robert Simeone. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you also. Oh, shit. I'm reading my own comment here. Missy, the wind is wreaking havoc with my Wi-Fi, so I might be in and out of the chat tonight. My Wi-Fi is going to be wanky, too, because we have a crazy storm going on. So, yeah, it happens. So bear with me. Happy early birthday. Thank you so much, Missy. Appreciate all your support over this past year and before that. I'm several beers in, off till next year. Mr. Zetro is in the house. AJ hooked me up with 2 awesome birthday gifts, actually in advance. So thank you so much for being such a good friend to me, AJ. I appreciate you as always. Cheers to you, your birthday, my brother. Too sweet, and let's go Mets. Hell yeah, let's go Mets. We're making crazy moves. Happy 50th, dude. I'm not there yet. I was halfway there last year, but now if you round up, yeah, I guess I'm more than halfway to 50, right? Welcome to being older in hell. Oh, shit. Well, I hope not. I hope there's no hell in my future, but we never know. John Day, happy birthday, my boy. You've come a long way. Falcon Adam, thank you so much, brother. You've come a long way, too. I hope all is well with you since college ended. And I figure before we get into our horror trivia, which, fun fact, I wrote the horror trivia questions myself. I didn't take them from anywhere. These are John Grande certified horror trivia questions. So it's coming from yours truly. Questions and answers. No regrets. Speaking of no regrets, we are having some eggnog on Grande's Graveyard tonight because it wouldn't be a holiday edition of Grande's Graveyard without your favorite day holiday eggnog. Yeah. So we're going to be pouring some of this, of course, alcohol free because I don't drink alcohol here on Grande's Graveyard. If you'd like some alcohol or some rum or whatever the hell goes in here when you spike these things, you're more than free to do so. I'm going to pour some nog. We'll do, about a half a glass to be perfect there. Let me just close this up and I'll cheers to you all and we'll go right into Christmas horror trivia. So everyone, thank you so much for wishing me a happy birthday. Hope we all have a healthy, safe, happy holiday, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever the fuck you celebrate. God bless, cheers, and everyone stay safe and enjoy the family, friends, and Yuletide fun, if you will. Cheers to 26. This nog is, it's funny. The one I had last week was light, and this one's normal, but this one tastes even lighter. It's like definitely not heavy at all. So I'm super stoked about that. JP is in the house. Kenny P. Yeah, my mom hooked me up with this birthday gift a little early this year where she got me this awesome Kenny Pickett jersey. So cool enough. Last year, funny enough, JP got me the TJ Watt jersey. And he gave it to me like an hour before I went live. And I was like, holy shit. So I recorded that with a new jersey. And then here we are a year later with hopefully who's going to be the next franchise quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So all my fingers are crossed here. But I figured I had to wear this tonight because I was appreciative of my mom. I didn't expect it. I was like, whoa. Like when she said jersey, I was totally thinking Mets, right? And then when she said Steelers, I thought 2 people, either Minka Fitzpatrick or Kenny P. And sure enough, it's Kenny P. So I'm super stoked with Kenny P. I was super happy with that. Got any big gifts for yourself lined up? Not really, no. I got some nice things from people in my work today because a lot of people were taking off tomorrow because it's obviously, the day before a holiday weekend. So a lot of people will be taking off. I'll be there, but a lot of people, they gave me their gifts today. I had two really nice women in my accounting department get me a Jason Takes Manhattan sweatshirt hoodie. Really nice of them. I didn't expect that at all. We had the eggnog was actually part of a gift from this woman I work with, and a bunch of really nice stuff, gift cards and very thoughtful stuff written on some of the cards and stuff. And it's nice. I always say this, your birthday is the most humbling day of the year. It's the day where you're like, damn, like this is what I mean to people. So it's a humbling time. And it's weird because mine personally is right around the holidays where it's like you're supposed to be thankful and all this shit and the family and stuff like that. So it's humbling, and then it's like it's just the biggest week of humble pie that one can eat. So I kind of always love it for that. Mystic Mac, good brother. What's up, man? Happy birthday, Grande. Thank you so much, brother Mac. I hope all is well with you. But let's get into this. Let's get into this son of a bitch. I hope everyone's got their nog or whatever you're drinking. If you want to put what you're drinking, you can post that up. But we're going to get into Christmas horror trivia, 13 questions written by yours truly. Zero regrets tonight on Grande's Graveyard. So I'm going to get the questions up right here. And we've got 13 Christmas themed horror questions. And then we're also going to rank both Christmas horror movies and, of course, regular Christmas movies. I've got two tier makers set up. So this is kind of going to follow the format of the Rocktober Spooky Spooktacular Halloween show that we did back in October. That was a big hit. So hopefully this will be a big hit as well. And Mr. Dan has just checked in. Hey, everyone. What's up, brother? Mr. Dan, welcome. It's also his birthday coming up. So everybody wish Dan a happy birthday. But we're going to get Friday the 13th, the final chapter, C, Children of the Corn, or D, A Nightmare on Elm Street. What do we got, ladies and gents? Multiple guess, multiple choice. No regrets tonight on Grande's Graveyard. I'll take a sip. And if anybody, like I said, if anyone needs me to read the questions over again, I'm going to try to repeat them twice anyway. But if anyone needs it, read slower or whatever the hell, I can, no problem, do that for you. Snog is pretty good. It's light. I don't mind. The heavier freaking nog is no bueno. I froze. Oh no, that's not good. Okay, I could reread it. No worries. Yeah, my Wi-Fi is going to be wonky tonight because I don't think the weather is too good out here, so it's kind of shitty. I'll read it again. No worries. Silent Night, Deadly Night opened the same weekend as what 1984 horror film? A, Chud. B, Friday the 13th, the final chapter. C, Children of the Corn. Or D, A Nightmare on Elm Street. Anybody? Bueller? Anybody? Yeah, my birthday is on Saturday. Thanks, Miss Car. Oh, dude, awesome. So I'm 23rd, you're 24th. And then Jesus Cristo is the 25th, my friend. Very cool, man. Happy birthday to you. Hope all is well. And I hope that you're having a nice holiday. I know so many people that are off tomorrow. I'm kind of jealous, but I don't know. I don't mind working on my birthday just because it's like, I always know I'm going to be off the next day because very rarely, few jobs I know where people work Christmas Eve. But thankfully, mine isn't, one of those. We have our first guest. AJ says D, Nightmare on Elm Street. Anybody else want to guess on this one? Any guesses? Bueller? Anyone know? A, B, C, or D? I could read it. Do you want me to read it one more time? I could read it one more time. Silent Night, Deadly Night opened the same weekend as what 1984 horror film? A, Chud. B, Friday the 13th, the final chapter. C, Children of the Corn. D, A Nightmare on Elm Street. We've already got one guess, Elm Street. Nobody else has a guess. That's pretty interesting. Is Mr. Zitro going to be the only participant here? My guess is my stream isn't running good either because usually these things are, quicker, but I don't know. I can't really help it. It's raining sideways out there, a little windy. I'm glad we have any connection at all, to be honest. No other guesses? Wow. I'm a bit flabbergasted. I don't know. I don't want to jump the shark here. I'll take one more sip and then we're going to jump the shark, I guess. You like working your birthday because you might get a free lunch. Oh, well, I know I'm getting a free lunch. I'm getting some White Castle, baby. White Castle tomorrow. Free lunch. 30 burgers, no regrets. Little crave case, man. You like working your birthday because you get a free lunch. That's too funny. Hey, what's up, bro? Brobos, dude, nothing, man. What's going on? The Soulless Afro. I think I know who that is. That's Trenchy. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. Or I guess we call you Afro tonight. But all right, nobody else guessed it. AJ got it. Nightmare on Elm Street is the correct answer for the horror trivia question. So Nightmare on Elm Street is correct. AJ is up 1-0, and nobody else guessed. So I don't know. AJ might have a. Could he have a clean sweep here tonight? We'll see. Nah, bro, it's not you. It's not the soulless trench coat? Is there a different soulless person? That's crazy. LMAO. I guess not. I don't know. Okay, let's go to question 2. What was the name of the toy store in Silent Night, Deadly Night? Name of the toy store. Anyone know? Hey, buddy, we got 13 more of these to go. If you keep this up, I will totally send you a prize. No problem. No questions asked, but you got to keep this up. So answer question 2 for me now. What was the name of the toy store in Silent Night, Deadly Night? Anybody know? Anybody? Any guesses? AJ's going to win this by himself, and he's half drunk. You guys can't let him do this. You just can't let him run away with this. He's going to go run to Gene and Jude's and fucking get some hot dogs, throw some fries on them, and no fucking no ketchup, though. We're going to have to pay 30 cents extra. What do you mean you never heard of me? I'm a superstar. Oh, my goodness. Well, if it's not Trenchy, which I always have someone who's a great friend of the show, he's been a guest, a frequent collaborator in the chat, Soulless Trench Coat, I guess you're a different person. You're the Soulless Afro. I'm very surprised that there's the Soulesses out there, but I don't know. I thought you were Trenchy, but I'm pretty sure you're not now. Iris, anybody else? Anybody have a guess? Anybody? But Mateo's here. Ciao, Grande, dropping in from work. Christmas party. Happy birthday, buddy. Dude, thank you so much. We're playing horror trivia right now. Thank you so much for dropping by. Next week, Mateo and I are going to be doing a show together. Mateo will be special guest hosting as we talk 3 Giallo films. We're going to leave it up to a mystery until I post about it. But for now, yes, next week, Giallo special. 3 Giallos, no regrets. Fuck Gene and Jude's. Oh, wow. That's coming from a true Chicago guy, too. That's pretty interesting he says that. Any other guesses other than Ira's? Going once, going twice. Sold. John Steele resleeved. You're on the board, buddy. It's Ira's Toy Store. Hell yeah. So John Steele gets question number 2. Let's move on to question number 3. What is Mother Superior's address number in Silent Night, Deadly Night 2? What was her address number? Hard question. But, let's see what you got. Anyone know the address number? Any guesses at the address number? No. Soulless Afro, I'm guessing, is King Gore. I would think King Gore is King Gore, though. He'd have to change his whole handle to do that. I don't think so. No. Just watched it again the other day. Well, there you go. That's how you knew it. This guy on his toes, ready. Any guesses for the address number? Anybody know? I guess maybe I could have given multiple guesses, but I feel like if I did, it would have been so obvious of which one it would have been. I don't know. This is one where maybe, I guess I could have went either way, but I felt like it would have been too obvious if I. Oh, are we back? I think we're back. I don't know. I think we're good. I don't know. I lost my whole audience during that. Sorry. I don't know. 1313 Mockingbird Lane. No, that is not it. Grande, you're killing me with Silent Night, Deadly Night Q&A. Well, we got Black Christmas on here. We got a bunch of them, so no worries. Froze. Yeah, sorry. I don't know. My connect. There's a storm outside, so it's no bueno. We're back. Yep, we're back. I'd say 25 something for address or 666. Well, you know what? I'm going to give it to you. It is 666. You were right. 666 is Mother Superior's address in Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. Mother Superior. Okay, 666. We got it. So let's move on. Next question. John Steele's on the board 2-1 over Mr. Zetro, but it's still a young game. It's anybody's game. Let's see what we can do here. All right. Multiple guess question. Excluding flashback footage, From the first film, how many kills are committed in Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2? A, 12 kills, B, 13 kills, C, 25 kills, or D, 22 kills? A, B, C, or D. I'll read it one more time. Excluding the flashback footage from the first film, how many kills are committed in Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2? A, 12, B, 13, C, 25, D, 22. Anybody? Any guesses? How many kills in Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2? JP guesses 22. He guesses choice D. Anybody? Any other guesses? A, so AJ's going 12 kills. I'm open to hearing some more. I'm open to hearing some more as I'm going to sip my now. That nog didn't stand a chance. That's some really good fucking nog. Garbage Day. Oh, we gotta love Garbage Day. Miss C comes in with B, 13. So, okay, we have 4 choices and 3 guesses, and all 3 guesses were different choices. So, I don't know. Any more guesses? I guess by the laws of physics, somebody's going to have to guess C, right? I don't know. I'd say 12 as well. Part 2 blows. Part 2 is awesome. Eric Freeman is one of the fucking funniest actors of all time. You get, to me, the whole psychology is the first one, you get this fun slasher movie and you get all the best parts of that in part 2 because it's all flashbacks, and then you get Eric Freeman. So to me, it's the best of the series. I like that one the best because it's just so over the top and funny, and it's so un-Christmas like. I don't know. I love that movie. It's just kind of funny. I'll say 12 as well. Okay, well, we have all these guesses, right? But Correctamundo is Miss C. Miss C, who is burying the Silent Night, Deadly Night. You were right. It is an unlucky 13 kills. With the kills, though, from the first movie, it actually was 22. So JP, technically, if you count the kills in the first movie, he would be right. But the question, I did say excluding, so is what it is. Let's see. I'll say 12 as well. Solus Afro, that's not a PC comment there. The first 2 are cool. The rest blow. I like part 5, but yeah, I could 3 and 4 are terrible. Just guessing 13 because it's considered an unlucky number. Yeah, no, and you are correct with that. Yeah, no, honestly, if you count the stock footage, you're right. You're actually right. That's why I put that as an option, but it is what it is. Let's move on though to question number 5. Yes, now this is a fun one. Writer and director of Silent Night, Deadly Night 5, who also went on to become the script supervisor for none other than fucking Quentin Tarantino for every Tarantino film he ever did, Martin Kittrusser. He wrote the 2 screenplays for which 2 Friday the 13th films? So let me read that one more time because I kind of botched it. Writer and director of Silent Night, Deadly Night 5, The Toymaker, also wrote which 2 Friday the 13th screenplays? So this guy wrote not 1, but 2 Friday the 13th films. And he's the writer and director, of course, of Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 5. So you got 2 Friday the 13th films to guess here. Which 2 did he write of the 12 Friday the 13th movies? I thought this was a really tough question, but I really like the 2 that he wrote. So for me, it was like, oh man, this is a really cool one. I want to throw this in here. So yeah, one more time. Writer and director of Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 5, The Toymaker, also wrote which 2 Friday the 13th screenplays? Miss Carter guesses part 3 and part 5. Anybody else? Anybody else have 2 guesses like that? Nobody, huh? Not even a guess Friday the 13th films. Let's see. 4 and 5. So we got 3 and 5, 4 and 5. So people are convinced he's written part 5. Is that the case? Did I give it away because I love part 5 so much? I mean, maybe. I don't know. Any other guesses? Which 2 Friday the 13th films that Martin Kittrusser wrote the screenplay for? All right. Doesn't look like we have any more guesses. Miss C, you're on the board again. Part 3, part 5. You're correct. Now, a lot of people have gone on to say this, and it's I don't know if it's been proven, but it's been a heavy rumor. Martin Kittrusser was a giant hockey fan. And that is why part 3, Jason Gets the Hockey Mask, is because of Martin Kittrusser. So he wrote part 3 and, of course, part 5, A New Beginning. They brought him back in. And funny enough, I love both those movies. I think they're both fantastic Friday the 13th films. But I think it's crazy that Martin Kittrusser not only put the hockey mask on Jason, but then 10 years down the line, becomes Quentin Tarantino's script supervisor for the rest of the guy's career. So it's kind of cool that he kind of went on to do all that. So yes, part 3 and part 5 is correct. Triple M's in the house. Hey, what's good, Grande? Happy birthday, dude. Thank you so much, brother M. I appreciate that. We're playing good old-fashioned horror trivia here, and we are up to question number 6. No Silent Daylight this time. So everybody, we're changing the program here. This is a 50-50 shot. True or false? Black Christmas 2006 was marketed as a Final Destination film in the country of Japan. True or false? The Black Christmas 2006 remake was marketed as a Final Destination film in Japan. True or false? It was made, of course, written and directed. Well, I guess technically written, right? Kind of based on the screenplay of Bob Clark's movie by Glenn Morgan, who was a co-writer and producer of the Final Destination movies, and of course stuff like the X-Files. He remade Willard, of course, in 2003 with Crispin Glover. Glenn Morgan is a pretty cool guy. I've watched some cool interviews with the guy, and I don't know. I figured this would be a fun kind of true or false question. We got one vote true, wild guess. Well, it's 50-50 shot. We got one vote false. Aiden Vavra's in the house. What's going on, Aiden? We can reread the question for Aiden. No problem. We got another true. Aiden, let's read the trivia question for you, my friend. Hope all is well with you. True or false? Black Christmas 2006 was marketed as a Final Destination film in Japan. True or false? I don't know. I'm not Japanese. LOL. False. Okay. Who let Mernsey in? No, man. True. Okay, so we've got a bunch. Never watched that one. Refuse. Okay, so we're definitely not a fan of that one. I will say it's better than the 2019 one. I'll say that. False. Wow. Okay, so we got how many? We got 1 true, 2 true, 3 true. We got 1 false, 2 false, 3 false. Wow, so it's close. It's right down the middle. Security was tight. Had to dodge some bouncers. Oh, did you? Okay. Well, all right. True or false? It's a 50-50 shot. The answer, this is true. This is true. Now, how that happened, I don't know. I looked, when I was making these questions up, I looked to see if I could find the Japanese trailer, and I cannot find it at all. But from what I understand is the reason they did that is because 2006 also saw the release of Final Destination 3, which starred Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who's also in the Black Christmas 2006 movie, and then which is also subsequently written and directed by the head producer of Final Destination 3. So it was all the people, lead actress, producer, and co-writer that were involved with both movies. Of course, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe both were produced by the Weinsteins, unfortunately, especially in Black Christmas's case. The Weinsteins meddled and urinated on that fucking remake. Let's be honest, that's what they did because it's what they do. But they were involved, and in Japan, they marketed it as Final Destination, a Final Destination movie. Fucking weird, I know, but that is true. I'm doing pretty good. I'm so glad to be here. Welcome, my friend. Hope all is well with you, buddy. I'm not going to lie. I enjoy the Black Christmas 06 remake. Yeah, no, I've seen a lot of people kind of come out of the woodworks, tell me they like that movie. It's kind of growing in popularity every year, I see. And I know that Blu-ray, that is like the most expensive out-of-print Blu-ray. It goes for like 500 to 600 bones. The Canadian OOP Region A Blu-ray. It goes for dumb money because they won't re-release that movie. If any company could re-release it, they'd sell it like hotcakes. That movie it has so many fans. I don't know why, but it does. Mary Elizabeth Winstead was also in the movie Grindhouse. Was she? Oh, that's right. She's in Death Proof. She's that's right. And she's also in the Thing prequel. She's in Sky High, 10 Cloverfield Lane. I love her. I think I consider her a modern day scream queen. I really like Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Glenn invited Bob Clark to the set of 2006 remake, and the whole cast and crew gave him an applause. That's awesome. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that was Bob Clark's last Christmas. He died 2007, right? And so that 2006 remake come out Christmas Day of 06. That was probably his last Christmas, sad enough. So rest in peace, Bob Clark. And fuck the guy that killed him in the car accident who was drunk driving. Guess that's when we were still standing to pee. Yeah, I guess so. I would buy the 06 remake on Blu-ray for $600? Dude, either you're made of money or I don't know. You got maybe you got a better job than me, my friend, but I don't know. That's quite a bit of quite a chunk of change. But let's go on to question number 7. Another true and false. True or false? The backstory of Billy and his family was thought of in 1974, and the script was much longer because of this. However, they did not decide to work it in the film, therefore leaving his origin a mystery. True or false? Is that a true statement? That the backstory of Billy that is used in the 06 remake Was that originally written in the script for the 74 film and they decided not to go with that? True or false? I know it's a little bit of a wordy question, but true or false on why? Why is it that much? It's that much because from what I understand is it was only ever pressed region A in Canada, and it was a brief release. Like I'm talking, it was in print for maybe a month. It went right out of print, and people sell it on eBay for ungodly amounts of money. I actually, funny enough, Neon Black Reviews, brother Neil, he was on the show, and we were talking backstage one day. And I told him this. He went, that's an expensive out of print Blu-ray. I said, yeah. He goes, fuck. And he fucking, as we're talking, puts it at the fucking thing on eBay for auction. I think he got close to $200 for it. So I was like, dude, like, good for you. Like, granted, I think he could have got more, but dude, like, to me, to get $200 for that movie, it's a steal. It's just such a steal to me. No, a re-release of the 2006 Blu-ray, not pay stupid money for. Not worth that. Well, there is no real re-release, right? There's only a region overseas, so region B releases, region locked releases. So if you have region B player, you can get that. But the region A is the coveted, the Canadian Blu-ray. That fucking Blu-ray, I've seen people I've seen it sell for $600. Like that's the fucking most expensive horror Blu-ray out there for sure. We've got guesses. True. I'm guessing true. AJ says false again. False lies, I say. Trenchy, you're here. Okay, we I don't know if the Soulless Afro is still here, but the Soulless Trenchcoat, this was the person I was referring to. Thank you so much, my friend. Hope all is well with you. People saying hi to Trenchy. So we've got 3 guesses true, 2 guesses false. Anyone else have a guess? I can read the question one more time. Let's go back one more time. True or false? The backstory of Billy and his family was thought of in 1974, and the script was much longer because of this. However, they did not work this into the film, therefore leaving his origin a mystery. True or false? Anybody other guesses? I'll give you guys another second. $600, damn. I like the film, but not that much. Well, I don't think there's any film I like that much to buy $600 on a fucking physical media. Come on, like that's just too much fucking money. Like I'll be honest, this fucking Severin 4 Flies on Gray Velvet, I overpay. I regret buying it now. Like I like the movie. But fuck, that's too much fucking money. That's just too much. I say it's $66. That's crazy. Like it was 55, and then plus the shipping, it was around 60 something bucks. That's just fucking crazy. I don't know. Triple M is still waiting for his fucking Severin thing to come in. That motherfucker, Santa's gonna come down. Santa's gonna squeeze his fucking fat ass down Triple M's chimney before he gets his Severin shit. That's a bunch of bullshit right there. True. Okay. Hey, people saying hi. Okay. So, we're gonna reveal this. The answer is true. This is true. Bob Clark wrote that initial backstory for Billy. The crazy backstory where he had fucking yellow skin and made Christmas cookies of his fucking family and ate them and fucked his mother. So Agnes is his incestuous sister. That is a fact that Bob Clark is the one that came up with all that. And the script was insanely long. You're talking close to 200 pages long. And I don't know who made the call for him to cut it down, but he cut it down, cut it out, and thus we get the Black Christmas 1974 movie that we get, which is easily the best version. But funny enough, Glenn Morgan saw this and amped it up and said, fuck it, I'm going to use that in my movie. It was originally going to be used in his. So that's why that kind of whole backstory is in the Black Christmas 06 remake. That is true. That is a true. I thought that was a really interesting fun fact. I was like, yeah, dude, man, you could have a fucking whole family, whole lifetime by the time Severin shit gets to you. It happened to me last year too. I didn't get my shit till January. This year, 1 week later, I got it. It's so weird how it works, man. I read that there were going to be a Black Christmas sequel, which is going to reveal Billy being captured, only escape years later, which may have been the inspiration for Halloween. Yes, that's Bob Clark said to John Carpenter, if I ever made a sequel to Black Christmas, that's what he would do. I'd call it Halloween. It would be the same movie, but on Halloween night, which I was like, wow, like that's so funny. But Bob Clark always gave John Carpenter's due diligence and credit and all that stuff, which is cool because both of them just made great films. Waiting for the special Blu-ray company to do a special edition of Dracula 3D. You know what? If it happened with fucking Phantom of the Opera, it'll happen with Dracula 3D too. They scanned almost all of his movies in 4K for the Argento Festival that I went to in New York City, which was really cool. I saw Phenomena in 4K, and then Argento came out and just did a Q&A. It was fantastic. But they fucking redid a 4K scan of Dracula 3D. I'm not even kidding you. They did. The only movie they didn't was Inferno. They showed Inferno on 35, which I was like, what the fuck? They're showing Inferno on 35 millimeters. That is bizarre because that visually is arguably his best movie. So I was very, very intrigued to hear that. So it is what it is. It's me, Billy. It's me, Billy. I love that. John Steele, I saw that twice in 35 millimeter. Two of the coolest movie theater experiences of my life. I love, love, love the original Black Christmas. I bought the DVD '06 not knowing Black Christmas was remade. Thought I was buying the original. You can probably imagine my surprise watching the '06. Of course. No, sure. That's true. That's pretty cool. Canada gets screwed over as far as shit getting there on time, I believe. Oh, definitely. That's bullshit. That it's fucking going to be Christmas and he doesn't have his shit. 4K version of Dracula 3D. That movie definitely looks incredibly odd, even on DVD and Blu-ray. That movie looks like a fucking Skinamax, fucking Fred Olin Ray, fucking softcore porn. That's what Dracula 3D looks like. It's fucking shit. Aside from Asia Argento, who should have been the fucking lead, but the CGI / Dreamcast fucking CGI animals were fucking atrocious. That movie is a piece of shit. But with that being said, on to question number 8. What was the original title for 1974's Black Christmas? What was the initial title, original title now? Because Black Christmas was actually the title they changed it to. But what was the original title? Any guesses on the original title of Black Christmas? Fun enough, if you're a one-sheet poster collector like me, the original poster has the original title on it. It's almost like Revenge of the Jedi, where they ended up going with Return of the Jedi, but the original one-sheet poster says Revenge of the Jedi. And they fucked up the lightsabers, right? They fucked up the lightsabers because Vader's holding the blue and Luke's holding the red, and they fucked it up. And even in the film, the lightsaber he uses is green, not the blue one. So it's kind of interesting that they fucked up the color and stuff. It would have been really cool if that had become the name of the movie and that was the poster for the rest of time. Like, that would have just been so cool. They would have probably done reprints trying to correct the colors, and then it would be, oh, I want the out of print one and shit like that. Like, I'm such a poster mark like that. We've got to guess Silent Night, Bloody Night. Maybe. That also might just be another film, but we'll see. We'll see what people guess. I'm just getting the tier makers up here. Yeah, I wanted to make sure, actually. Silent Night, Deadly Night, I think I saw it a couple days ago, but I forget. Silent Night, Evil Night, I believe, or Bloody Night, like Slash said. Well, any more guesses? Any more guesses on the original title for the 1974 Black Christmas movie? Anybody? Bueller? No? Okay. Well, John Steele and Mr. Triple M, you were right. Silent Night, Evil Night. And you could still get the original one-sheet poster with that on it. It has the same artwork, but instead of Black Christmas, it's Silent Night, Evil Night, which is really cool. I believe, I forget in which country it was released. It was released under that title. Like, there's cuts of the film that were released over the world, but they were afraid to call it Black Christmas because they felt that people would mistake it with like a blaxploitation film, because of course you had Pam Grier films around that time, like Coffee, and Dolomite films around that time. So they were afraid that, or Blackula, I mean, they were afraid that people would think it's blaxploitation when it's a fucking proto slasher. Yeah, that is another film. It's okay though. Anyone's at whatever night. I mean, you're close enough, so it is what it is. So that is the answer to question number 8. Let's move on to question number 9. The calls are coming from inside the house was later used by what 1970s horror film? Of course, referring to what is said at the end of the original Silent Night. Silent Night, Evil Night, or Black Christmas, where they tell Olivia Hussey the calls are coming from inside the house. What other 1970s horror film used that same exact line verbatim and kind of scare tactic, if you will, in their movies? So this should be an easy one, a layup for any fan of late 70s horror movies. Rudy Ray. Gotta love Rudy Ray Moore, baby. Gotta love Rudy Ray. I think it would have been funny if they had done a Black Christmas like with Rudy Ray Moore. Like, that'd have been so fucking funny. Like, I'm fucking coming down your chimney, baby. That would have been fucking awesome if they did a Rudy Ray Moore Black. Maybe there is, and I'm not hip to it. I'm not a blaxploitation expert by any means. I mean, I've seen a lot of blaxploitation films, but I wouldn't consider myself a blaxploitation expert or connoisseur. It's definitely a lot of I haven't seen. When a Stranger Calls. Yep, Miss Carter. When a Stranger Calls. Anybody else? Anybody else going to guess that one or go with them? Pretty obvious, right? Yes, When a Stranger Calls is the correct answer here. I don't know. I haven't been keeping score for a while, but I'm pretty sure everybody's kind of gotten a few here. So this is doing pretty good. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more, and then we'll go into tier making, okay? Let's see. Okay, last Black Christmas question. At the conclusion of Black Christmas 1974, the telephone is ringing. How many times does it ring before the credits end? How many times does it ring before the credits end? I know, weird question, but if you like numbers and if you were paying attention before with some of the choices I gave, maybe just maybe it's one of those. How many times does the phone ring at the end of Black Christmas before the credits are over? Any guesses? Any number guesses here? No multiple guess because again, it would have been too easy. It would have been too obvious if I kind of gave multiple guess here. But kind of a fun question. I don't know. I didn't know this either too until I looked it up. I was like, oh shit! Like now, like the next time I watch it, I want to count to make sure. You know, it's like one of those weird things. But I already watched that movie like 3 times. So fucking, I'm Black Christmas out to be honest with you. Watched the fucking 35 millimeter, the Blu-ray, the fucking 4K, all that shit. For Christ's sakes, 12. Okay. I'm going to go with 8 or 10. It rings a lot. 8? What? 8 or 12, Mr. Zetro? 8 or 12, buddy. How many times? 6 times? I'm saying 12 again. Any other numbers? Anybody? I don't want to steer anyone wrong. No other guesses? Another 12. Okay. Looks like a bunch of people saying 12. You are so close, but so far. It is not 12. It is unlucky 13. 13 times, apparently, the phone rings from when the, film pans out and the credits start to roll to the end. I never fucking knew that. I never even bothered to check if that's right. But apparently, from what research I've done, it's apparently a fact that it rings 13 times. I didn't check that one though, so you can fact check me if you want. If anyone has the edition or here and can double check for me. There was once a horror short film called The Sitter, which was later remade as When a Stranger Calls. It involved the sitter being harassed by a maniac who keeps calling her. Yeah, no, that format is kind of scary, right? I always remember the Scary Story to Tell in the Dark, where it's called the Viper. And it was this woman, babysitting the kids, and she thinks this viper is at the door who, I wish to wash your windows. And it's this little fucking guy, and she thinks he's like a little like gargoyle or vampire. And of course, it's just like a foreign guy who's actually there to wash the windows. And it's all of her paranoia and fear that kind of build the guy up to be something that he's not. I love horror stories like that, where our own fears kind of scare us more than what's really there. I thought that was a really smart story that kind of follows the same format. All right. Christmas Evil is the favorite horror movie of which film director? A. Quentin Tarantino, B. John Waters, C. James Gunn, or D. John Hughes. Christmas Evil is the favorite Christmas horror movie of what film director? A. Quentin Tarantino, B. John Waters, C. James Gunn, or D. John Hughes. Anybody got a guess here? Anybody got a guess? Which one of those 4 filmmakers considers Christmas Evil to be the best Christmas horror movie of all time? LMAO. This dude is in last Halloween was the babysitter. Oh Jesus! Oh fuck! I didn't even that took a minute to land. Fuck that movie. Scary Stories to Tell Never Babysitter being harassed is called The Babysitter. There's that one too. Yes, I thought it was called The Viper. Right? Isn't there one called The Viper where it's a similar? Somebody can fact check me on that. Maybe he's right. I don't know. John Waters, James Gunn. I'd say Tarantino. I'm going Hughes, John Waters. Holy shit, we got a lot of guesses on this. So we got 3 Waters, we got 1 Gunn, we got 1 QT, and 1 John Hughes. Anyone else want to guess? So we got at least 1 for everybody and 3 for John Waters. So John Waters is the front runner right here. But anybody else have any guesses? I'll give you guys time. I don't know. See, I hate the dead air. I feel fucking bad doing this. There was a G.I. Joe Epic. G.I. Joe Epic. What? I don't know. Oh, the scene where he stabs the guy in the eye with the fucking toy soldier. Is that what you're talking about? The answer, let's see. So with the Viper, exactly the same. Okay, all right, I was right. So he fucking thought when he said that, I thought I was mixing the stories up. I wasn't. Christmas Evil is the favorite horror movie of which film director? A. Quentin Tarantino, B. John Waters, C. James Gunn, D. John Hughes. The answer is B. John Waters. John Waters considers Christmas Evil to be the greatest of Christmas horror films. In fact, if you have the Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray, you can watch the commentary along with John Waters as he talks about his all-time favorite Christmas horror movie, which is very cool. I love the movie itself, too. I think it's a tremendous movie with a really nice message, a great performance from the lead, Brandon McGart. I think the guy just does such a great job. It's one of few roles where I don't see the actor, I see the character. Like I see he becomes Santa Claus. It's such a fantastic performance. I really, really love that movie. Nice. Yeah, totally nice. One of my favorites as well. I would have to agree. Somebody asked me last week top 3 Christmas horror movies. That would be in there for sure. It's that, Black Christmas, and probably Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 for me. I love that one. 2 more questions. Famed actor David A. Hess directed what 1980 Christmas horror film? Yes, David Hess, who played Krug in Last House on the Left and Alex in, of course, The House on the Edge of the Park, and movies such as Hitchhike and Swamp Thing and Cut and Run. So many great movies David Hess was in. Famed actor David A. Hess directed what 1980 Christmas horror film? Which one did he direct? Anybody got a guess on this one? We have reviewed it on Grande's Graveyard, and it does have that classic Christmas kind of title to it. It's not a great movie by any means. I believe, who the hell, it has like one like notable actress in it too, but I'm kind of forgetting her damn name. We've got one guess. To all a good night. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. There was once Tales from the Crypt Christmas album called Have Yourself a Scary Little Christmas Album, which had the Crypt Keeper singing spoofs of Christmas songs. Did that really? And it was John Kazir? That's amazing. Dude, have you ever seen what John Kazir looks like in person? And he's married to fucking Julie Benz. Like, what the fuck is going on with that, man? Like, how does that guy get Julie Benz? That's crazy. He fucking looks like the Crypt Keeper. Like, you don't even, it's just such a bizarre marriage to me. I don't know. It's very weird, but I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. I think those movies got to be released on Blu-ray, or the episodes, I should say. That's got to get released on Blu-ray. I don't understand why they're all only on DVD and they're not on HBO Max. It's very odd that there's no real way to watch those episodes in HD unless you stream them or whatever the hell, which I wouldn't know how to do that because I don't think they're on any streaming service. It'd have to be something you'd have to download, my guess. I mean, I really don't know. But yeah, no, it doesn't look like anyone else guessed. AJ, you were right on this one. No contest. To all a good night. You were correct on that one. We got one more here. One more, and I don't know if anyone's going to know this because this is more of a current film, but it's a multiple guess. So throw out your guess and we'll see what happens. Last but not least, question number 13. What is the song sang by Riley Keough at the end of The Lodge from 2020? A, Silent Night. B, White Christmas. C, Nearer My God to Thee. Or D, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Any guess? Any guesses on that one? David Hess, what a legend. I got to see this. You see, he directed it. It's one of those movies where you could tell they had no money, and unfortunately, they rushed him a lot to make the film. I believe they made the film in like a week, and he wanted to do his own cameo. They didn't have time to do it. They shot a lot of horrible day for night shots that look fucking terrible when you watch the movie. It's quite bad when you watch the movie, when you see the day for night shots. The first half hour of it's pretty good. It has a nice like kind of pace to it and stuff, and then it slows down. But a very interesting ending in which a movie later that year would go on to kind of rip off and become infamous from ripping off. So interesting there. I don't want to ruin it for you, but yeah, no, it's worth a watch. It's like an average, like a 5 out of 10 movie. It's nothing great, but it's cool that he directed it to me. Freebird. It's not Freebird. He didn't see Skinner. B, White Christmas. A or D. You got to pick one, Miss C. It's multiple guess. I'll read it one more time. No worries. What is the song sang by Riley Keough at the end of The Lodge? A, Silent Night. B, White Christmas. C, Nearer My God to Thee. Or D, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. A, B, C, or D. Anyone? Any guesses here? Got to go with one, Miss C. You can't just do two. That's not fair. Unless it was like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and we were doing it a 50-50. Then I can maybe do a 50-50 for you guys. Any other guesses? A, B, C, or D of what song Miss Riley Keough was singing? Got another guess for White Christmas. Another guess, White Christmas? I don't know. C, Nearer My God to Thee. So now you went from A to D to C, Miss C. She's jumping all over the goddamn place. Nearer My God to Thee. So another one for C. Any more before we go? We're going to go with C. It is Nearer My God to Thee. So correct, Miss C and John Steele. Awesome stuff. I appreciate you guys all playing trivia with me. But now Now we're going to move on to phase 2 of the show. We're going to rank some Christmas horror movies. So I'm super excited about that. Let's get to this comment first. If you ever read the original comic book story and All Through the House, which was printed in the comic book and All Through the House, it's different from the 72 film or the HBO episode. The woman is already aware that there is a killer Santa on the loose. Oh, wow. That's interesting. I love the 72 version the best. I think that's fucking one of the best segments in any anthology films. I didn't hear all the choices the first time. All good, all good. My connection looks like it's been a little bit better. I don't know if anyone can confirm that, but let's do a screen share here because we're going to do not one but 2 tier lists. And let's do, I guess you want to do Christmas horror first, or we could do regular Christmas movies first. Let's do regular Christmas movies first. Let's start small and kind of end big here. So yes, we've got Christmas themed movies, and we are going to rank them all, of course, from S to A to B to C to D, all the way to F in failure. Yes, let's rank some of these. These are not horror films, most of them. And then we have a list that is going to be horror films as we continue to celebrate tonight on Grande's Graveyard, my birthday celebration, and the Christmas holiday cheer season. Let's get right into it and start with this movie right here. This is The Grinch, directed by Ron Howard, of course, starring Jim Carrey. And I was a huge fan of this movie as a kid. In fact, there's a lot of pictures I could find of myself when I was a kid. And, you know, I'm wearing Grinch beanies or things like that. And I remember owning the Boris Karloff cartoon, which I actually like quite better. I think it's just a much better, version and telling of that story. I always really liked the short 20-minute animated Boris Karloff one the best. This one right here, I like Jim Carrey in the role. Apparently, it was a lot of makeup for him to act through, but I do think he gives a good performance. Ron Howard kind of has this kind of political message in there about, how all these people wanted their houses to look great, and it's not about gifts. It's about, the joy and the wonder and the spirit of the holiday. I like that stuff. I think it's well done. And there are some funny sequences in the film. I will say this, though, for whatever reason, this movie did not age well for me. Like, I like the movie still, don't get me wrong, but The Grinch is not a movie I go back to watch a lot around the season. I do, like I said, it's solid all around, but it's not like one of my all-time favorites. They do get into like the Grinch's childhood, which that part of the film I don't really feel like needed to be in there. I felt like it's very much because, right, the original book was only so long. The original cartoon was only so long. This is like a 2-hour movie where you had to write in some backstory. You had to kind of put some filler in there, and some of the backstory stuff with the Grinch and, falling in love with a girl at school. And that's why he hates Christmas, because she didn't accept his gift and all the kids made fun of him for shaving. I feel like that shit was just too fucking far. I was like, what the hell? Like, why are we going into the fucking Grinch, like, shaving himself? Like, really? Like, I don't know. Like, I guess it's not horribly done, but at the same time, it's not something I love either. It's kind of middle of the road for me, but I would say it's above average. There was once a making of The Grinch Stole Christmas that was hosted by late Phil Hartman. Rest in peace, Phil Hartman. Remember seeing The Grinch in the theaters in 2000? Can't believe it's 20 plus years old. Yeah, no, it's crazy. I saw it at the ripe old age of 3 or 4 in the theater. Probably close to 4, but yeah, no, I saw that in the theater as well. And I remember I still have the VHS tape somewhere, the green VHS tape. I don't know. It's one that it's like, you asked the 4-year-old version of me, I would have probably told you A or S. You asked this version of me, I'm probably going to say like a solid B. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's terrible. I think it's just a little bit above average, but it's a movie that I really rarely go back and rewatch. So I don't know if that kind of lays in a factor for me. I wouldn't say it's one of the all-time classic Christmas movies, I should say. Christmas horror movies just kind of rolls off the tongue. But let's get into this next movie here, which I do think is a classic. This is from the year 1994. This is The Santa Claus. Yes, The Santa Claus, of course, starring Tim Allen. And this tells the story of Scott Calvin and how it's, Christmas Eve, and he's taking care of his son, and he's of course split from his wife. His wife left him for fucking Judge Reinhold. You don't know fucking depression until your wife fucking leaves you for Judge Reinhold, my guy. That's some shitty I mean, I would, if I had the proverbial like I would fucking cut my wrists if that happened to me, man. That's a shitty fucking feeling when your wife leaves you for Judge Reinhold. But I digress. And of course, this movie, it's has a wonderful kind of Christmas spirit as Santa Claus falls off the roof. Scott Calvin puts on the clothes, and then of course he dons the role of Santa Claus. And I always love this movie. This is a movie I to this day watch every Christmas season. I think it's Tim Allen's best thing he was ever a part of. He just does a wonderful job in the role. I think a lot of the heart of the movie, right? Like talking about what your favorite Christmas gift was. That's something I like to ask people just randomly. What was your favorite Christmas gift? Like it's a great conversation starter for me personally. I just love asking people that. And then, of course, just the whole world they kind of created with not that crazy of a budget, right? The whole beauty of the North Pole and Judy and the fucking hot cocoa machine, extra chocolate, and the sleigh and how the sleigh has the cookies pop out. And I think it's a movie with a tremendous heart to it, right? Like, and I love the music in the film. Great. I mean, just really, really great stuff. I love this movie all around. And I love this movie. I think the Santa Claus is a fucking classic. I love this one for sure. Believe it or not, Grande, the biggest Christmas movie in Italy is Trading Places with Murphy and Aykroyd, weird bunch of people. They show it on TV every year. I love that movie. I love that movie. But again, there's some of these on this list I pulled up here that I don't even know if I'd consider Christmas movies, which we'll get into. We're not going to do this entire list, but there's some, like Trading Places. I love it, but Christmas movie, not really. I mean, I know it's around Christmas time. Ciao, Grande. How are you doing tonight? I am the Ice Lord is here. I can't do it as cool as his voice changer does, but Wes, welcome, my friend. Hope all is well with you. If you guys haven't already, vote for Wes for Horror Tuber of the Month. He's nominated. I won before. I hope Wes wins this one. I'm cheering for you, brother. Hope all is well with you. My weenie whistle. Judge Reinhold, I stopped believing when I was 3. I didn't get my weenie whistle, and I stopped believing. I love that. And I like the scenes where he's trying to tell Charlie, hey, how could one man do that all in one night? And not everybody celebrates Christmas. And have you ever seen $1 million? No? Well, just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I love that, man. It's great. Santa Claus, the first film that Tim Allen did. Is that true? I didn't know that. That was his first film credit. That's amazing. If so, I know Toy Story was the following year. First Santa Claus is fun. I give it a B. Okay. And also happy birthday to you, bro. And here's to many, many more. Thank you so much, brother Wes. I hope all is well with you, buddy. I wish they kept Bernard in more of the movie. Oh, totally. And more of the sequels, a great character. I love Bernard. I think that guy does a great job. He's also in Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. Fun enough, that same actor. He's great in it. Bernard and how you sport. I mean, I love the Santa Claus. For me is just sentimental. I'm gonna have to go with a fucking S. I love the Santa Claus. I think it's a fucking perfect movie. I really, really do. Brit's in the house. Happy birthday, Grande. Brit, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hope all is well with you, Brit. I'm glad to see you checking in the house tonight. But coming up next, though, oh boy, the Santa Claus sequels. Holy shit. Well, it was a positive episode up until now. The Santa Claus 2, aka Santa Claus Needs a Hoe, basically my subtitle for the movie. This is one of the most unneeded, unnecessary, bland, boring, pointless pieces of shit sequels out there, where you have Tim Allen and it's 12 years after the first one, and all of a sudden now Santa Claus has got to find a hoe. Santa Claus has got to have a Mrs. Claus. Otherwise, he can't be continuing to be Santa Claus, whatever the fuck. All the acting in this movie is atrocious. They completely ruined the Charlie character. They fucking completely just had nothing here to make a sequel and just decided, fuck it, for greed reasons, we're going to do it. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I forget if it's this one or the third one because they're fucking both terrible. I think it's this one where you have the robotic Tim Allen and he's fighting the robot version of himself because he's trying to have a placeholder Santa Claus in the North Pole. Meanwhile, he's trying to, I believe that's this one. It could be the third one. I believe it's the second one. It is fucking horrible. I hate the Santa Claus 2. It's going to stay right there at F. You maybe could argue it's a D or a D minus, but I fucking hate the Santa Claus 2. I think it's one of the most unnecessary movies ever made. There's no other reason aside from greed that piece of shit movie was made. AKA Santa Claus 2, Santa Claus Needs a Hoe. I hate that fucking movie. Fuck that movie. People talking. Santa Claus 3 is an S tier. Oh, you think so, huh? You think so? Oh, boy. Santa Claus Needs a Hoe. It's the fucking truth. That's all that movie is. It's just him looking for a fucking woman. And then build a robot version of Tim Allen. Oh my God, it's atrocious. And I believe there's a scene, I'm not even kidding you, where fucking Tim Allen, the robot Tim Allen, is playing football with the elves. And he decides to fucking tackle and fucking throw all the elves to the ground. What the fuck? Like who in the producer's room said, fuck it, no, we need a robot Tim Allen fucking up elves, just throwing kids to the ground. Holy shit. The Santa Claus 2 is a worthless movie. I hate it with a burning passion. And what's crazy is it's not even the worst of the three. We're going to get there in just a second. People talking to each other. Santa Claus 2 is a D. Not even Nazi Santa robot can save its blandness. Yeah, it is just such a bland film. It probably is a D, but I sort of hate it. I kind of hate it. The second one, okay, I'm making sure I was right here because these two movies run together for me. Saw them both in the theater. And even as a fucking kid, this movie came out, 2006? I was 9 or 10. I remember walking out of the theater pissed as a 10-year-old kid. So, I mean, there's some shit when you're 10 years old that you like just because, like Halloween 5, I like when I was 10 years old. Holy shit, the Santa Claus 2 is bad. I'm kind of caught in the mindset of Blizzard, I suppose, LOL. So I guess I'll have some time to watch extra movies. Well, hey, man, you got a nice haul in from Vincent and Severin. Never saw it. Guess I won't now. Same with 3. Hell no, don't. Unless you want to see Santa Claus looks for a hoe. That's basically the movie. So basically, Mrs. Claus is a ho, ho, ho. Well, I don't mean any disrespect to the actress. I just think the idea was bad. 12 years later, he needed a hoe? He didn't need a hoe that day? Like, when they read the initial clause to him, why was that not mentioned? It screams of fuck it, let's try this again. And they're doing it again. I think there's a show. I think there's a show called The Santa Clauses. Oh my God, let it die. Let it die. What is it with rebooting Tim Allen projects? Are we gonna get Jungle to Jungle 2? Are we gonna get fucking what they did? They did a Buzz Lightyear movie that lost $100 million in the theater, and they recast Tim Allen. Horrible. Just like stop. Why are you rebooting Tim Allen movies? What the fuck? Come up with a new idea. Yeah, Santa finds the hose. That would be the porn parody, which would probably be better than the movie itself because it wouldn't have a robotic Tim Allen playing fucking football in the North Pole. I love the Santa Claus teaser, which includes Scott accidentally dropping and breaking a snow globe. Oh, that's awesome. I actually haven't seen that. If someone says I like the Santa Claus is good, we start a birthday rant. Oh shit, really? I don't know. I like the first Santa Claus, but the sequels, holy shit. Just horrible movies. Glad to hear you well, Miss Carter. Excellent to hear. I love Santa Claus 3. Jack Frost turning the North Pole into a totalitarian tourist attraction, and Santa Claus having to pretend the North Pole is Canada. It's so bizarre. It's awesome. Wow, you're not kidding. Thank you for the re-shout out of the Heartuber of the vote, bro. You're truly the man. No, you're truly the man, brother Wes. I appreciate that, man. I got a code red with my name on it for tomorrow morning, so that is cool. Although you mentioned in your video that code red kills testosterone. That's fucking bad. So I might have to stop drinking Code Red if that's the case. That is not good if you were right about that. But for now, yeah, the Santa Claus 2 comes in at a fucking F for me. I hate this movie. Speaking of movies that come in at a fucking F, the Santa Claus 3 with fucking Martin Short as Jack Frost. And he's trying to push Scott Calvin off the roof in this film so he could become Santa. And dude, what a waste of a great comedic actor and talent in Martin Short. This is a fucking piece of shit movie too. And if memory serves, I saw this once in a theater all these years ago. If memory serves, there is a atrocious like CGI, incarnation of every single like holiday, like the Tooth Fairy, the Easter Bunny, and they're all like CGI and they're terrible. And they have these conferences of like a fucking Jedi Council meeting with all of the like people that support holidays or the people that are in charge of being mythical whatever for holidays. This is also a piece of shit. Martin Short, there's nothing he could do to save it. There's nothing Tim Allen could do to save it. This is another movie that just screams of greed. And I fucking hate it. I hate the Santa Claus 3. And thanks in advance for anyone who decides to vote for me in the chat. I'll find a way to make it up to you. Absolutely. Dude, feel free to put the link in here so people can vote on the video. Santa Claus 3 has the most bizarre homage to Candyman with Santa walking through a mouth in the wall. Oh, dude, I forgot that. I hate this movie like with a burning passion. I've only seen it the one time. Santa Claus 2, I tried to rewatch because I was like, let me see if I can like this movie this time. No, like these both movies are fucking Fs for me. No questions. If, ands, or buts, awful fucking movies. But with that being said, we move on to one of my all-time favorites and a movie, again, that I saw in the theaters almost 20 years ago. It was 19 years ago, 2003, December of 2003. This is Elf, Will Ferrell and Jon Favreau's Elf, which I think this is a great Christmas movie, and I would consider a modern day classic. I think it's a really, really wonderful movie where Will Ferrell is basically this kid in an orphanage, and he crawls into Santa's kind of sack of toys, and then Santa, unbeknownst to him, brings it back to the North Pole, and he's raised as if he was an elf, even though he's 6 foot plus Will Ferrell. And then he's told that his father's on the naughty list, so he goes to the magical land of New York City, and of course, tries to connect with his, estranged father, if you will. I love this movie. I think it has a wonderful, wonderful sense of humor. I think it's Will Ferrell's best performance. I would say that. I think he's just very charming in the role. And even, the best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear. And the drinking the soda at the dinner table, and candy canes, candy corn, uh, I forget the third one, and syrup. I fucking just he's just oh yeah, it's candy canes, candy corns, and syrup. The kind of best ways to spread Christmas cheer and stuff like that, and the way how he kind of reorganizes the mall and makes it all like special and does the light bright, welcome Santa, 10 a.m. Santa Claus is Santa. Oh my God, you smell like beef and cheese. You're not Santa. You sit on a throne of lies. I mean, Will Ferrell really makes this movie, and Jon Favreau does an excellent, excellent job directing, in my opinion. I really, really like Elf. I think Elf is wonderful, and I always really liked towards the end where Santa's sleigh wouldn't fly unless you have an engine, right? Because all the Christmas spirit is down. Because there's a rumor that the parents do it. And of course, Will Ferrell is trying to maneuver and install the engine. And then, of course, Zoe Deschanel, who plays the love interest in the movie, she kind of stands up in front of the people in Times Square and starts singing Santa Claus is Coming to Town. And it's just such a nice, warm Christmas movie moment for me, where the entirety of this town, who kind of, mock it and make fun of it and don't believe in it, all kind of stand together and embrace Santa Claus, embrace Christmas for what it truly is. Because Elf, Buddy the Elf, is the ultimate kind of, martyr for what Christmas is and what's Christmas meaning, and the beauty of the whole thing, where the holidays sometimes can get twisted and turned. And when you become an adult, a part of you can kind of look down upon it. He's the kind of joy, youth, and wonder that remains for the holiday. And I just love that. I love that scene in Times Square and the music they play. Just tremendous. I think Elf is an all-time Christmas classic. I think it's definitely, my generation's Christmas classic. I just absolutely love this movie. I would say Elf is an S for me. I love Elf. I think it's a fucking great movie. Let's see. Now I missed a couple comments. Think we were here. Terrence saying hi. Terrence, welcome, my friend. Hope all is well with you, buddy. Elf's an A for me. Awesome. Let's see. He's not Santa. He's sitting on a throne of lies. So many memorable moments from Elf. Totally agree. Terrence, hello there, dude. I keep seeing you everywhere I go. I like Elf quite a bit. I also like Jon Favreau as a filmmaker and an actor. Yeah, he's great. I love the spinning door. Oh, yeah, no, he's the little things like he thinks that the gum on the streets in New York City is free candy. I mean, any person that was raised in the North Pole as an elf would think that. Like, the naive factor of his character is wonderful. He really, Will Ferrell does a really good job in that role. I like the movie a lot. I'm stalking you, not doing a very good job. Yeah, for real. Call me Elf one more time. You're an elf. One of the classic Christmas movies I love is Year Without a Santa Claus. I love that too. I'm Mr. Heat Miser. I'm Mr. Green Christmas. I don't know the whole song, but I love that too. I don't know if that's on here. We're not going to do all of these because it would be all night, and I want to do Christmas horror movies too. But coming up next might be my all-time favorite Christmas movie, and that's National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation from the year 1989. I love this movie. I've loved it ever since the first time I saw it. I think it is definitely the funniest Christmas movie. I mean, just so funny. I love Christmas Vacation. I think it's a wonderful film. It's just so great in so many ways. And I like how the way they depict the horrors of your family coming over for Christmas, right? Like, the bell rings and it sounds like the dun, 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 dun. It's almost like you're going to be sentenced to execution. Just such a fun movie. I mean, just all around hysterical, and him trying to get the Christmas lights working, and him and the family going out for the Christmas tree. Dad, that wouldn't fit in our yard. It's not going in our yard, Russ. It's going in our living room. And she'll see it later, honey. Her eyes are have to thaw. And, oh, where are you going to stick that tree, Griswold? Bend over and I'll show you. You got a lot of nerve talking to me like that. Wasn't talking to you. And of course, it's fucking Julie Louis-Dreyfus right around the year that I think Seinfeld had come out the same year. Crazy enough. She kind of had a big 1989. I mean, just some of the great character actors. And Doris Roberts is playing one of the mothers, and E.G. Marshall from Creep Show. And, he worked really hard on it, Grandpa. So do washing machines. I mean, just fucking hysterical. And of course, Randy Quaid is as Cousin Eddie. It's the best character in the movie. I mean, he's just hysterical. Her eyes go cross. She falls down a well. Eyes go cross. She gets kicked by a mule. They go back to normal. I don't know. And I got here. It's just nothing. But here, this gets dented. My hair just ain't gonna look right. I see Mateo saying the shitter was full. I mean, the shitter was full. I mean, so many great one-liners in the movie. It's I think the funniest of Christmas movies. I really do. And what always amazed me was it was a flop when it came out. This was a movie that kind of garnered a cult following over the years. And I remember the big complaint was it was a vacation movie where they didn't go anywhere. Because of course the first movie is Wally World, the second is they go to Europe, and the third movie they go to Vegas. This is the only one where they kind of stay at home. And funny enough, I think it's the best one of those four at least. Let's not mention Christmas Vacation 2, Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure, or whatever the fuck it was. Horrible movie. But, I mean, just amazing fucking, the humor and the dinner scene. I see Triple M saying, you couldn't hear a dump truck driving over a nitroglycerin plant. Uncle Lewis, I mean, fucking hysterical. And Grace, they want you to say Grace. The blessing. And Grace, she died 30 years ago. And then, of course, he pledges allegiance to the flag, and fucking Eddie gets up and he's saluting him. And the squirrel at the end, and squirrel, Mom, don't move. Fucking lady's unconscious. And I think National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is truly the funniest of Christmas movies. There's no movie that I've seen more that makes me laugh like this Christmas-wise that's out there. I just think it's fucking fantastic. I love this movie. Absolutely love Christmas Vacation. For me, an easy slam dunk S-tier movie. Arguably my favorite Christmas movie of all time for me. It's got to be up there. Let's see. What happened to Grande? He's possessed by Mr. Rogers. What do you mean? Oh, because I'm talking about normal movies? Is that what you mean? Stay frosty, John. Oh, John left? What? Oh yeah. No, here. John Steele left. Okay, take care, brother. I'm sorry I didn't see this till now. Peace out, brother. Hope all's well. Happy Christmas. Merry Christmas, whatever. Elvis a fun one. R.I.P. James Caan, another legend we lost this year. Yeah, and I always watch that, and I always watch Misery around the winter time. Perfect January movie is Misery. I just love that movie. Christmas Story is the GOAT. Okay. Let's see. In Christmas Vacation, I love the part where Clark gets upset when he doesn't get his Christmas bonus because he wants to build the swimming pool. Oh my God. You dickless, hopeless sack of monkey shit he is. Hallelujah. Holy shit. Where's the Tylenol? I mean, it's just great. Of course, the SWAT team and fucking Carl Winslow and, hey, mister, I've had a rubber hose. I would beat you. I mean, just fucking great. Definitely an S easily. Oh my God. Yeah, Uncle Lewis is fucking great, man. That guy is the stogie and fucking, what's the matter with you? Lewis, look at my tree, my beautiful tree. It was an ugly tree anyway. I mean, just fucking, at least it's out of its misery. Hey, I'm dying of an unknown illness. Just stopped in to say, hey, happy birthday. Go do chaotic things. And also Vacation Remake is one of the worst comedies I've ever seen. To go off the second part, which you said, yes, that is one of the shittiest reboots of all times. Ed Helms is not Chevy Chase, and that whole supporting cast was awful. And dude, I hope you're feeling okay. I know you had COVID back in October. Hopefully you're feeling better, man. Hope you feel better. Everybody, wish Mark feeling better. He was just on the show to do Q. James Caan was awesome in a film called Thief by Michael Mann. Of course, that just got a Criterion, I believe, and it's awesome. Hey, all actually have Elf on right now. Happy B-Day, bro. Anthony, welcome, my friend. Hope all is well with you, dude. Elf is a perfect watch for this time of the year. Gotta love Elf. Let's move on, though, into, wow, this list kind of put all the Christmas classics together. Let's do one that I don't think is a classic here, which is this movie right here. Oh, God. The Polar Express. Oh, my God. This is a fucking long, overlong, drawn-out fucking movie. I hate the animation style in it. I hate the voice acting for the most part. Tom Hanks is okay. He's okay. But fucking the kid with the glasses, and I shouldn't, make fun of people with glasses, but that fucking kid is the most annoying motherfucker in the history of movies. Hey guys, do you have your ticket? I have my ticket. I'm fucking kid with glasses on the fucking polo dress. You need to take that fucking ticket, shine it up real nice, and stick it straight up your candy ass, my guy. That kid ruins the movie almost. Oh my God, I hate the Polar Express. It's such a fucking pretentious, ugly film where, oh, fuck it, we'll do another Charles von Allsburg fucking thing. Jumanji did so well. Fuck you. This fucking movie is overrated. I never liked it. I hate the whole, oh, he carved a bee. What could that mean? What could that mean? Believe. At the end, it's fucking believe. Fuck you. I hate the Polar Express. That's one of those movies, too, where I hated even as a kid, because I remember they would show it in the auditorium around Christmas time. They do auditoriums and, oh, we're going to watch a movie. Oh, we're going to watch a good Christmas movie like Christmas Vacation. Well, no, we're fucking kids. We can't watch Christmas Vacation. It's not, PC enough. What are we going to watch? Oh, the Polar Express. Fuck. Like, I mean, horrible. I hate that fucking movie. I read the Polar Express book, and it's such a great book. I would believe that. The movie, though, I hate. Controversial opinion, I really don't like the Polar Express, and the animation is stuff of nightmares. I agree. I think the animation is fucking ugly. Oh, that kid's voice baffles me. Why did they use that voice? Why? Dude, it's awful. It's like, and it's not like it's just one scene where you go, okay, it was one scene. He's in like the entire movie. It's terrible. I laugh when people say, oh, the voice in House by the Cemetery, Bob, that's bad. Hell no, you have not seen the Polar Express then, my guy. That's the worst voice ever. That movie's pacing is so damn bad. It's too long. It's so fucking pretentious. That movie could be 70 minutes before credits, and it's 2 hours plus. Like, it's awful. Oh my God, I hate that movie. Polar Express is okay. I don't think it's as great as everyone says it is, but it's fine. I would personally say a B. The homeless random asshole ghost guy is perfect though. And doesn't that end up being Tom Hanks? Like, even the fucking bum was Tom Hanks or something like that. Like, fuck that shit, man. And they're skiing on the fucking top of the tree. Oh my God, what a disgrace of a movie. Movies like Polar Express made me feel like Willie from Bad Santa. I love Bad Santa. Bad Santa's great. I don't know if that's on here. Sounds like the kid with glasses got kicked out from the train by the Rock. He should have got spine buster and people's elbowed, man. That kid sucked. Oh my God, this is the worst kid ever. Just hated his ass. The end credits song from Polar Express is awful as well. I don't remember. That's a movie that I would never fucking rewatch. I hate that fucking movie with a passion. The Polar Express stinks. So, yeah, coming in at F. I fucking hate that movie, to be honest. But here's one that will not come in as an F. Arguably one of the most beloved Christmas movies and comedies of all time. One of the biggest grossing comedies of all time. It is from, of course, Christopher Columbus. This is Home Alone. Yes, Home Alone, starring Macaulay Culkin, of course, Joe Pesci, Daniel Stern. Just, again, the fucking all-time classic movie that I watched to death as a kid. I remember I literally had the VHS. I watched it so many times that the tape was just worn. Like, that's how many times I watched Home Alone as a kid. Same with part 2. There's a picture, really old picture of me when I'm maybe 5 or 6, and I'm standing in my room, and you can see the trilogy, Home Alone 1 through 3 on VHS all together. It's a picture that dates me, even though I'm not an old guy, but it's it's got to be 20 years old at this point, 20-year-old picture, because I'm turning 26 tomorrow. So 5 or 6, about 20-year-old picture. Crazy. But it's a really funny picture. If I could find it, I would show it. But yeah, the 3, and I don't hate Home Alone 3 like a lot of people do. I think Home Alone 3 is fine. Home Alone 4 is where the shit starts. That's the fucking biggest piece of shit of all of them, Home Alone 4. But Home Alone 1 is fantastic. I mean, who wouldn't know the fucking story of this? I really have to explain the story of this. It's just a hysterical movie. And it really all kind of is a culmination, a build up to the end where, Harry and Marv break into the house. And I always thought the main thing I liked about this movie that put Home Alone over was their chemistry. Like, I like Macaulay Culkin. He's great in the film, and I like the whole idea of a kid being home alone to himself and, hey, I'm not afraid anymore. And it's just me, and ordering pizzas and eating ice cream and watching rubbish. It's every kid's dream, right, to be in his own control. And then I would say, though, the thing that I love most about it is Daniel Stern and Joe Pesci together. I think they're just the chemistry there. It's the best chemistry either actor ever had with another. It's just unbelievable how well those two work together. The Wet Bandits, and I don't know if people have ever seen the deleted scene. I think I would consider it the greatest deleted scene in movie history. is when Harry and Marv are in the van singing Harry and Marv are coming to town. It is fantastic because they're almost breaking character while doing it. Harry and Marv are coming to town. They know where all the money is and they know just what to take. Hey, I mean, I don't know why they cut that out. It is the best deleted scene of all time. I love it. And it just goes to show how good and organically those two worked off each other. Like some of the scenes towards the end where they're in the house and Marv, Harry, why the hell you take your shoes off? Why the hell you dress like a chicken? You know, like, and just the way Joe Pesci looks at him, like, you shut the fuck up, man. Like, it's just great. And the cars and the paint buckets and Daniel Stern's scream when he puts the spider on him, just the loud girl scream, just incredible. I mean, those two make the movie for me. I love them. Like I said, Macaulay Culkin's great. Catherine O'Hara adds a great heart to it. John Candy in a supporting role in the Polka King, Polka Polka. Great supporting role. Always love to see John Candy show up in there. John Hurd, another great actor. I love Home Alone. I think Home Alone is got to be in the conversation for one of the best when it comes to Christmas movies of all time, and a movie I've watched to death. Like Home Alone's got to be in the top 10 movies I've watched the most in my life. So I mean, easy S tier for me here as well, for sure. Let's see. Anyone see Santa Claus 1985 features John Lithgow and Dudley Moore? I have not. Any good? I read that Home Alone was originally going to have a plot twist that was going to reveal Kevin's Uncle Frank was the mastermind. Oh my God, that would have ruined it. That would have been horrible. Home Alone is good, but I do prefer the third one and 2 over it, but I would say I like it. Oh, wow, okay. I like Home Alone 3. I never got the hate for Home Alone 3. I think why people hate it is because it's not Macaulay Culkin, Daniel Stern, and Joe Pesci. That's the only reason why people hate that movie. Like, it's fine. Home Alone 4 with French Stewart, the direct-to-TV. I have the VHS somewhere over there. It's a fucking piece of shit. The fourth one is like, it's got to be up there one of the worst movies ever made. Like, it's Creepshow 3 bad. It's so bad. The fourth one, I hate it. The third one is fine. I could watch the third one even right now. I think it's a fine movie. Just watched this today, but love it. But I like Home Alone 2 better. I think the traps are better. Yeah, no, I think with Home Alone 2, and I mean, it's the next one up. I mean, I guess we could talk about that one next. I'll put that in the thing. It's not a D. It's definitely going to be high too. It's basically a remake of the first movie. It's just, let's change the setting. It's all they really do. And it's this, like, the similar gags, but the gags are funny still. I mean, Merry Christmas, Harry. Happy Hanukkah, Marv. And hey, Marv, how many fingers are holding up? 8. You know, 8. 8. I don't know. I mean, just funny, man. I love the sense of humor in all those movies. They're great. Always want to see Joe Pesci catch and beat the shit out of Kevin. Oh my God, of course. We all, or curse him out, or go like Casino, throw him in the pit and, you know, kick him in the face, spit on him. That would have been fucking crazy. Yeah, Home Alone 1 and 2, or you can't beat him. I agree, Miss Carter. Plus, he's not fighting for himself. He's fighting for the unfortunate kids at Christmas. You know, it is the sequel's fine. I really like the sequel. If you ever watched the Home Alone trailer, it is not the store clerk if he is alone, but it's the store manager who asks Kevin. Oh, I didn't notice that. No, haven't watched after 3. Good for you. When we start getting into 4 and 5 territory of any movie, I start having anxiety. Well, yeah, and I start having like aneurysms because Home Alone 4 and 5 are fucking, oh my God, horrible. I wasn't daring enough to see part 6. Home Alone 2, I mean, this is a great movie too. I would probably go S again. I like Home Alone 2 just as much as the first one, if not more. Everyone was just kind of saying. I think those are fucking fantastic movies that just never be unfunny. Like, they're always fucking funny no matter how many times you watch them, with Daniel Stern getting electrocuted and, you know, Joe Pesci setting his head on fire and then trying to put it in the toilet to turn it on. Harry, he's in the living room. And, you know, running after him, and the two of them just hysterical. What's that sound? Fucking tool chest crushes them. And that was the sound of a tool chest falling down the stairs. I mean, great. And hey, what's that smell? Oh, the kerosene. The rope is soaked in it. Why would anybody soak a rope in kerosene? And Merry Christmas. Go up. I mean, it's the same shit as the first movie where they're going crawling across and he cuts them down. And they're crawling down and he fucking sets it on fire. It's really beat for beat the same. Instead of the creepy old man across the street that is rumored to be a serial killer, in the second one, it's a fucking pigeon lady with a bunch of shit on her. It's a bunch of fucking shit on this pigeon lady. And that actress won an Oscar actually right around this time. So that's why they got her to be the pigeon lady covered in shit. And I mean, I like her. I think her character, it's nice. Like she says something. It's like something where her lover, her husband left her, something like that. I forget the exact story, but she delivers it with heart. And he's doing it for the kids of Christmas because the money they're trying to steal is for charity. I love them hiding in the fucking houses, right? They're hiding in does your house have a bathroom? Like, just fucking great, man. Daniel Stern and Joe Pesci are just amazing. I love them. I would say Home Alone 2 is also a fucking ass. I think it's great too, even though it is basically a fucking remake of the first movie. It's just they changed the setting, but I mean, they were smart in doing that, right? Don't change it, And then Home Alone 3 changed the kid, changed the villain, and everybody hated it. So, I mean, sometimes you just, if it's not broke, you don't fix it. You motherfucker, imagine Joe Pesci, like, actually getting to curse him out. That would be amazing stuff. Like, I would love that. True shit. I love the electrocution skeleton scene. Oh, me too. Whoa, ah! And his voice keeps getting higher pitched. Amazing. In Home Alone 2, Kevin hops in the New York cab, and the driver's basically a monster. Ain't much better in here, kid. I know that scene, dude. And you're a New Yorker guy, too. So, I don't know. That always scared me to death from getting in a cab. I to this day have only maybe been in a cab twice in my whole life. I mean, I'm not a cab guy at all. I'll drive myself or I'll fucking walk. The cabs are no good, man. That guy is scary as fuck. That guy should have been in a Christmas horror movie, man. I also love. I will say this as a childhood thing. I always remember the scene where Kevin walks out and Rob Schneider is there with your very own complimentary pizza. That's at least at my age at that time, that was my dream, to fucking walk outside the house, have a motherfucker stand there with a pizza, and then like drinking fucking soda in a wine glass in a limo, watching The Grinch, just laughing like fuck, no worries in the world. I love that scene. It's just like one of those scenes where it just takes me back to a time of my childhood. For some reason, that scene is nostalgic for me. I can't really say why. It never happened to me, but I love it. I agree. Home Alone 2 is an ass. It is. It totally is an ass. It was like, oh no, poor Kevin, a kid in New York, but he tore up New York. Yeah, sure he did. Absolutely. Tim Curry, total scene stealer in that film. Oh, of course. I love you, and stolen credit cards and fucking great. Big Mo with the, Bitty Boney Bob, Cliff, it's a lie. If you ever read Home Alone 2 novelization, there were some scenes that were added, but never used like an opening dream sequence in which Harry and Marv escaped an attempt to take revenge on Kevin. Really? I don't know if that would have worked in the film. I will say this, my only gripe, and the reason I would say I like Home Alone 1 better, there's one fucking reason, and I don't think anybody else would see it this way. In the first film, Catherine O'Hara, right, the one who plays the mom, she sort of provides the heart at the end of the movie. Like, she gets there just before the rest of the family. They embrace after he spoke down to her and spoke back to her. They hug and, all is forgiven. He learned his lesson. He loves his mother. It's a nice moment between a mother and a son. I think it's a nice sentimental moment. In the second one, it absolutely should have been John Hurt. It should have been the dad's moment with him looking in New York City. It's the biggest city in the world. Have John Hurd go out and do that and have him provide the heart, because in the first film it was the mom, in the second film it was the dad. I thought that would have been fine, right? Like, and I even can draw a parallel. Look at the Superman movies, right? Superman 1, it's Marlon Brando at the end as the father. He's talking to Kal-El. And then at the fucking end of Superman 2, it's the mother kind of giving the advice. I always love that. And then the Donner cut gets rid of that, and it's Brando again. I get it. He probably did it because it's Marlon Brando. But fuck that shit, man. Like, it's one movie was this parent, the next it's the next parent. Like, what is wrong with that? I never liked that it was her at the end again, because I was like, this was already resolved. Like, we got this problem out of the way. I don't know. I just felt that was very, very tedious and they should have changed it to John Hurt with a nice moment between father and son to have that kind of sentimental moment in the heart of Times Square with all the beautiful Christmas trees. It's a gorgeous film. I would say the second film is much more grand. Like, it's New York City. It's just vibrant. It kind of pops off the screen. It's definitely more visually appealing as a movie overall. That's just what I always felt. I don't know if anyone feels that way too. But I always kind of considered that the reason I like Home Alone 1 more is because I definitely think the second one, they should have changed that. I don't like that they kept that part of it the same. I thought that was kind of weird. Lousy Parents never got how you could lose a kid twice. Sure. And that's why you really couldn't keep doing those, because it's like, they would never let this happen again if it even happened once. So they kind of had to stop after 2 with the Macaulay Culkin Kevin character, if you will. But it is what it is. Let's see. I don't want to do too many more here with the regular. I guess we can run through a couple. Die Hard is fucking great. Die Hard's an S. Gremlins is, I would say Gremlins an A. I love Gremlins. Nightmare Before Christmas would be an A. Let's see what they got on here. Jingle All the Way, I really like. That would be an A. Let's see. Christmas with the Cranks. Fuck. Probably a D. I don't know. Christmas with the Cranks was the animated Grinch was about a D. Jim Carrey Christmas Carol, I'd say was like a B. Holiday is good. The Holiday's fine. I'll say a B. Running through some of these a little quicker here because, and then the rest of these, I haven't seen a lot of these. Miracle on 34th Remake, fucking pointless. Pointless. Maybe a C. And the rest of these I don't think I've seen. So yeah, this is the regular standard Christmas movies ranked here for your all enjoyment. I read John Candy was in negotiations to return for the sequel, but it did not work out. Yeah, I mean, again, like why you would need him in there too? It's just weird. I've noticed that in Home Sweet Home Alone, even though Harry and Marv are not in the movie, there's a small clip of their theme. Oh, is there? I read that Gremlins were originally going to be in one and the same. Oh, really? Wow, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Very interesting. But yeah, that's going to be the regular Christmas horror list or Christmas list of Christmas movies, if you will. But let's do now Christmas horror movies. And then we'll call it a night here on Grande's Graveyard. But we got a bunch of Christmas horror movies to do. Let's go here. Best Christmas horror movies. We'll do full screen. And let's get into this list. Now, wow, right off the bat, you got a fucking rant here. This is not technically a Christmas horror movie. This would be more of a New Year's horror movie. And it is, of course, from the year, I think 2012 this came out. This piece of shit movie, ATM. ATM has got to be one of the worst movies I've seen in the last 10, 15 years. It is a piece of fucking monkey shit. Basically tells the story of these 3 idiots on New Year's Eve. One of them's Josh Peck from Drake and Josh. And it's the 3 of these idiots. They're leaving a party. Josh Peck's drunk, and he has to stop for food at like 3 or 4 in the morning. And he doesn't have cash on him. None of them have cash on him to spot this guy a slice of pizza. So they stop at an ATM that's like a little building. It's not just a normal ATM. It's a fucking building ATM. They go in, and then there's a hooded assailant on the outside of the ATM who does nothing, who is unarmed, who does nothing. And they're afraid to go out of the ATM because they just assume he's a killer. And then basically the movie plays out from there. It is a horrible horror film. I mean, horrible. It is one of those horror movies where if people come up to me and say, I don't like horror, and if you said you watch this, I could totally see why. It's like, it's one of those movies that give the horror genre a bad name. Like, it's such a fucking piece of shit representation of what horror can be. It's just so bad. And I remember when I heard about it, I was like, Josh Peck in a horror movie? God, I love Drake and Josh. I have to watch this movie. And then I saw the movie, and it was quite bad. I mean, it's one of those movies where they make every fucking wrong decision in the world, and everything just happens out of convenience. If any of them had taken their phone into the ATM or had a working phone, the killer's plan was doomed. If the 3 of them could have shared one brain cell and tackle this fucking guy, they would have survived. Like, they could have done 100 different things to survive. And they don't. Like, it's, oh my God, it is such a bad movie. And it's one of those movies with a twist ending where the killer had it planned for months in advance or something. I'm like, dude, if any of those motherfuckers had a phone, your plan was doomed. You don't even have a weapon. Oh, horrible, horrible. Totally belonging at the F ranking. I mean, it's a horrible movie. It's not even a Christmas movie. Black Christmas, I mean, come on. Do I even have to explain that? Black Christmas is an S. It's arguably one of the best Christmas movies ever made. The best Christmas horror movie for me. And I think it'll forever be that way. Batman Returns, weirdly enough, is on here. I don't know. I didn't make these lists. These are lists I just kind of look up. Batman Returns. Now, yeah, definitely winter theme, right? And the whole, Danny DeVito, Oswald Cobblepot character. And I want to find my parents. And it's Pee Wee Herman. I love the Pee Wee Herman it was his dad. I always thought that was kind of funny. I like this movie. I like it way more than Batman '89 with Jack Nicholson as a Joker and Michael Keaton as Batman. This is Michael Keaton Returns, but I always felt that what was interesting about this film. It feels like Batman kind of takes a back seat. it really feels like Batman is the third wheel in this project, and it's Penguin and Catwoman's movie, and then Batman kind of just shows up to enforce. He's almost the third wheel in the film, but I always thought the darker tone, darker approach to it from Tim Burton fit this movie much better. You know, some of the gore sequences where the Danny DeVito bites this guy's nose off, just the gore. I remember that horrifying me as a kid. It's one of those movies where it goes so dark that they went a different direction for Batman Forever, which was Batman 3, you know, in that whole kind of quadrilogy. But I don't know, personally, I always really like Batman Forever, Batman Returns. I think it's a damn good movie. I would say it's easily the better of the two Burton Batman films. I would say it's a solid A for me. I really like Batman Returns. I think it's a good movie. Let's see. Next up, Inside from 2007. Now, this is one where people will probably argue, is that really a Christmas movie? It's one of those where it's like it's just mentioned that it's Christmas Eve, but there's no tree, there's no presents, there's no Christmas aesthetic or Christmas atmosphere. There's atmosphere, but no Christmas atmosphere. But the movie itself is a fucking S. I mean, Inside is one of the best horror movies, you know, of the modern era. I love, love, love Inside. I think it's just a great movie of this pregnant woman who is set to deliver a baby on Christmas morning. And of course, this unknown assailant woman, you know, stalks her and breaks into her house and is trying to kill her and maybe the unborn child. Really, really great movie. It's just a masterpiece. I would say an easy S for me. Let's see. ATM is a total stinker. Totally best. Yes, I would say that too. Batman Returns is Tim Curry's best film. Tim Curry's best film. Yeah. Inside is beyond fucked up, but I really enjoyed it. Definitely an S. Oh, definitely. Totally. I would say Christopher Walken is great in Batman Returns. I love Christopher Walken. He's just tremendous. Let's see. Better Watch Out. This one, I wanted to like Better Watch Out way more than I did. It's one of those movies that starts off and you're thinking it's going to be one movie, and then about 30 minutes in, it switches gears, and the last hour of it plays out as this other movie. I didn't really like it, man. I thought it could have been way better than it was. I just felt like Better Watch Out was a movie that had potential, but in a lot of ways, it didn't capture upon that potential. And it's one of those movies. It's entertaining enough. It's like easy enough watch, but overall, I'm gonna have to say around a C. It's like a C, C plus. It's okay. The acting in it's a little shaky. I don't know. I would say around a C for me. People seem to love it. It's a very, very positive reviews for it. I don't know. I'm definitely not in that boat. Triple M's heading out. Dude, thank you for joining up super early. Hope you have the happiest of birthdays. The big 2 to 6. Cheers as always. Awesome episode. Dude, thank you so much. I appreciate the support as always, my friend. Thank you. Cheers and Merry Christmas to you and your family. And hey, man, I got everything crossed for you to get your Severance stuff ASAP because I know how that is. Last year it was January, so I hope not for you, but it might just be. Don't hold your breath is my point. But yeah, no, I'm hoping for you and hope you have a Merry Christmas, my friend. But that is Better Watch Out. Let's see. Black Christmas now, the '06 movie. It's fun. It's colorful. It's a movie that, like, if you watch it in a certain mindset, you could love it or hate it. Like, if you watch it and they're like, oh, I'm going to compare it to the original, it's like an F or a D. It's bad. But if you watch it as its own dumb, fun slasher movie, it's probably a C or a B. I would go right around a B. I think it's okay enough. It's passable. It's kind of one of those dumb, fun popcorn movies that I think every now and again we need those. And I think that's why there are a lot of people that will tell you that they like it more than the original because it's not slow burn at all. It's very like over the top and gratuitous and fast paced. And, you know, it's a lot different in that vein. So I definitely think the Black Christmas '06 movie, it has a target audience like that. They just want to see, you know, a dumb, fun, violent slasher movie with some good looking women, which it does. It has some good looking women. I mean, you have, you know, Yankee Crystal Lowe is in there. You have fucking, you know, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. You have Lacey Chabert. You have Katie Cassidy, so many great actresses, good-looking actresses. Of course, they brought back Andrea Martin, which I always thought was cool. Michelle Trachtenberg. So many really good-looking women in the film. So it's one of those movies that's like, well, visually it looks nice, colorful, it's nice, crazy batshit backstory, crazy batshit over-the-top kills, good-looking women. I see why people like it. But in my opinion, it's just one of those movies where it's like you have to be in a certain mood to like it. You have to be in a certain mood to watch it. So for me, it's a movie where I turn the old brain off. It's like off, and I view it as like a Friday the 13th sequel. And if you view it like that, you can like the movie fine. I do think there are people that will come out and be like, oh, it's the best, it's better than the original. No, like that. I don't see that at all. I don't see that argument at all. I don't think it's even half as good as the original. Fingers crossed. Have a very Merry Christmas, you and your fam. Cheers, bud. Cheers to you too. I'm at a nog. I've finished my nog, but cheers to you too. I feel you, Grande, on Better Watch Out. Don't love it first time. Flat out hated it, but slightly better for me on a rewatch. I don't know. Maybe it's one that I have to rewatch. I don't know. Like I just felt it was very underwhelming. Like considering, like I was excited when I saw Virginia Madsen and Patrick Warburton was going to be in it, and they're in it for like the opening scene. That's it. You don't ever see Patrick Warburton again. I thought that was shitty. The lead kid, I know he's supposed to be kind of a pussy heel, but he just came off as a pussy. He wasn't at all like menacing or entertaining, or he was one of those villain roles where I just felt there was no oomph to it. And it had no real energy to the performance. The lead girl's okay, but she's not given much to do. She's tied to a chair for like the last hour of it. I mean, I don't know. And the generic boyfriends are exactly that. There's the most interesting character is the kid's friend, right? Who's oh, this is wrong, shouldn't be doing this, whatever the fuck. And then, he's back and forth with helping him or not. That character was the most interesting. But again, he's kind of an asshole too. That's one of those movies where it's like there's nobody to root for, and it's a very anticlimactic ending where it's just like you get the idea the kid's going to be arrested once this lady tells them. Like it's not as satisfying, like, oh, he killed her or she killed him, whatever the fuck. That's my thing with that movie. It's like it could have been way better, but I don't know. I can see people giving it good reviews, though. Black Christmas is probably a strong B for me. I like that type of film. Definitely adore. Love the actors involved and the lighting. Okay, so that's the remake, the '06 remake. I love the original and the remake equally. They're best of both worlds. You have the suspense and atmosphere and good writing in the first, and the '06 you just have nasty and goriness and craziness. Yeah, no, it's I definitely could watch both of those movies and get enjoyment. The 2019 movie is where that shit gets dicey. Happy birthday, Grande. Nate, thank you so much, man. 26 in the morning, my friend. It's crazy how this time flies, but it was just your birthday too, so I hope you had a very happy, wonderful birthday too, my friend. Merry Christmas to you and your family. And hey, Internet, Eric's here. Woo, birthday. Have a great one, my dude. Eric, thank you so much for checking in, stopping by. I hope you and your family have a wonderful Merry Christmas as well. And yeah, no, big 26 years old tomorrow, man. I'm getting old, man. Very old man I am here in front of you guys. I don't know. I'm going to be having gray hair soon. Black Christmas, of course. I mean, just a great movie. Thanks. Absolutely. Wait, you're only 26. You young punk. Love you, dude. Hope it was a great one. Love me some Black Christmas '06. Oh, wait, did you think I was older? I would love to hear this. How old did you think I am? Because there's a lot of. I had someone today at my job ask me if I was turning 35. I was like, what the fuck? Do I look 35? Like, if I do, fair enough. I just was like, I like respectfully disagreed. Like, not even biased because it's me, but I was like astonished that someone thought I looked 35. I was like, fuck, like, I don't think so at all. I would be curious to ask the chat that. What do you think I do look? If you think I look old, fine, but I'm just curious. Like, I don't, it's not something I generally think about. Like, how do people think I look age-wise? Like, I don't know. It's something I don't think about much. Black Christmas 2019. It's an F, irrelevant, completely fucking irrelevant. I don't even want to talk about it because it'll just make me mad. I was thinking 30, but I'm half blind. Dude, you're fine. I'm fucking fully blind. I got 4 eyes and I'm still blind. 30, I think that's acceptable. What, like mid to late 30s? I don't think so at all. I don't think I look that. I don't know. Maybe, who knows? Black Christmas is one of the best horror films of the 70s. Truly creeped me out. Absolutely. I totally agree. You look at your age. I would agree with that. I think I look my age too. If I shave, people say I'm 19. Dude, I mean, yeah, I think we both have a baby face. We're both baby faces. We're not heels. We cannot be pushed as a heel. We're baby face tag team. The fucking I don't know. I guess you're Nathan Max and I'd be John Grande. I don't know. No, you definitely look like Gen Z, but you speak like a boomer. You're wise of Brett as fuck, Brett. Happy B-Day and salute. Thank you so much, Britt. Thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, no, yeah, that's a good way to put it. I guess I do speak like I'm older. I guess I have conversations with some of the people like, what the fuck? Like, they're like, where does this come from? You would think I've been around the block a few times, but I mean, I have, but not, 26 years old. There's definitely, older than me. AJ's like, I think he's got 20 years on me. and he'll go, "Oh man, you still teach me some stuff." I was like, "Hey Jay, I love you, buddy. Love that guy." But let's see. Moving on here, P2. P2 is an awesome fucking Christmas horror movie. Of course, starring Rachel Nichols. Oh, AJ's still here. See, I thought you checked out. I was going to tell you later about it. Yeah, no, I am an old soul. That is true. Love P2. I think it's a wonderful movie. This is basically high tension in a parking garage around Christmas Eve. And Wes Bentley is wonderful in the film as the villain, playing the Elvis Presley music and Santa Baby, kind of taunting her. I just think it's great stuff. And Blue Christmas, and I love it. I think Rachel Nichols does a really good job in the lead role. And it's just it's like a 90-minute cat and mouse Christmas horror movie. I love this movie. It's such a shame to me that it bombed when it came out so bad. And it's like one of those movies now, it doesn't even have a Blu-ray. It doesn't have a Region 1 Blu-ray. This is a movie that desperately needs a special edition Blu-ray with features and a making of. And I love this movie. Always thought it was fantastic. I would love to see a commentary from Wes Bentley on this movie because I think it's a really, really fantastic film. And it's one of those movies where I know at the time he was hardcore into drugs. And it's a role he only took because he was a drug addict and wanted to pay for his drug addiction. And he ends up turning in one of the best performances of his own career. I mean, everyone remembers him from American Beauty and stuff like that. But I would say here is his best role. I love Wes Bentley in this movie as the heel. He's just great. Great. I mean, I really like P2. I would say P2 is like a modern classic for me. I would say P2 would probably be an S. I think it's great. I think what hurts the movie is the title. I think the title just didn't sell. It's one of those things where you hear that and you don't necessarily go, "Oh, I need to go out and see that." It's a very poor title. I think that's the reason that movie just didn't sell, and that happens sometimes. Me too, John. They're shocked I watch movies from the 70s. Yeah, no, you're an old soul too. If I ever knew another old soul who's even younger than me, even though, we're only a couple years apart, but still, you're an old soul too. I'm like, bro, I watch movies from the 20s. Yeah, no, exactly. And you're in your 20s. Yeah, I have no ideas about half the stuff you know about. I learned so much. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. P2, I'm a huge supporter and fan of this film. I am too. Got to see P2. Dude, I think it's free to watch on Tubi or things like that. It's a fantastic film. If you like high tension, it's basically an American version of high tension in a parking garage on Christmas Eve. And it's really fun. It's a really, really fun movie. I love it. I think it's like a movie I always try to watch around Christmas. Your channel helped me introduce me to P2, so I have to say thanks for that. You're welcome. I did a full episode, I think, on P2, and it might have been The Lodge. I think I did those two because those to me are the two modern Christmas horror classics, and P2 is one that I heavily put over. Yeah, I agree. It's pretty good. Even though this film didn't do well, Aja still looks back fondly on the film. Yes, he does. That is true. He still praises the movie, even though it bombed in the fucking theater, unfortunately. Happy birthday. Thank you so much, Kara. I appreciate that. Hi, LOL. I don't know which one. P2 came out around 07 and aged really well. Aged like wine. 15 years later, I still think it's a great movie, and I watch it every Christmas. So it is aged like a fine wine. I'm heading out early night, everybody, and happiest of happy birthdays, Grande. Thank you so much for all the support, Missy. I appreciate that. Have a Merry Christmas and stay safe, my friend. Happy birthday, Grande. Well, thank you so much, brother Matt. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. I watched Silent Night, Bloody Night. I fell asleep. It's such a boring movie. That movie is a bunch of people sitting around a house talking. Like, that's all Silent Night, Bloody Night is. I hate that. I don't like that movie at all. I don't know if it's on this list. Oh, cool. High tension is good, even with the odd ending twist. This doesn't have any odd ending twist. But it's similar to the cat and mouse horror movie. And that template is great. P2 and the remake of Maniac, both directed by Frank Calhoun, share the same filmmaker. Shame he hasn't gone on to do much. Yeah, no, he's great. I love Frank Calhoun. I think he does a great job. And this is my favorite from him. I think he did just a great job with this. Let's do a couple more, and then I guess we'll call it. Christmas Evil. We were talking about it before. For me, it's an S. I love Christmas Evil. I love the lead performance from Brandon McGart and the fact that, he just becomes Santa. At the beginning, he's a disgruntled employee who, at Christmas kind of ruined for him as a child when he saw mommy fucking Santa Claus. And then by the end, he becomes Santa Claus and flies away in his truck as if it was the sleigh with reindeer. Just one of the greatest performances. I can't stress how good that performance is when he's looking in the mirror and singing and humming Santa Claus is Coming to Town. It's the scariest shit ever. He's like, when I do it, it sounds funny, but when he does it, it's fucking scary. It's really fucking good. Christmas Evil's great. I love Christmas Evil for me. I just love that movie. Exactly, dude. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Yeah, Silent Night, Bloody Night is horrible. And they just made it a sequel to it not too long ago. But Doom Asylum didn't disappoint. Doom Asylum's awesome fun. P2 doesn't seem like a work of a directorial debut. It's a really well-made film. I absolutely agree. Totally agree with that. Let's see. Let's do a couple more here. What do we got? Krampus. I actually just reviewed this one last week, so we won't. I would say like a C. I think it's a little bit overrated. I don't really get the love for it. Yeah, The Lodge, total S tier. Love the movie. Did a full in-depth review on it. My favorite horror movie of this decade so far. Really, really, really liked it. I saw it in February of 2020, so for me, it's a 2020 film. Even though a lot of people say it's 2019, I saw it in February 2020. That's when it came out in theaters worldwide. So I really, really, consider it that, and I really love the film. Riley Keough's performance is tremendous. The whole idea of a practical joke gone wrong and the biblical music and the nearer my God to thee and grace slowly but surely kind of taking that descent into madness. Just a great horror movie for me. The best horror movie I've seen this decade for sure, and by a mile. I love The Lodge. I think it's a great movie. It's on Hulu streaming if you have that, and it's also free on YouTube. You can watch the movie for free in its entirety on YouTube. Really good watch. Christmas Evil and Silent Night, Deadly Night, top tier horror Christmas films. Totally agree. That and Black Christmas, I'd say those are the best three. Christmas Evil is great. I like it better than Silent Night, Deadly Night. I would say that too. I like Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 the best, but I would say I'd watch Christmas Evil over it because it's such a good movie. That's for Nate. That's fair, Nate Trenchy. The Lodge has that a-hole kids. Yeah, no, those fucking bastard kids. And the whole, I always remember the Fulci quote. I don't know if gods are children or monsters are children, and that whole Fulci quote I always loved. Just thought it was great. I love The Lodge. I think it's a masterpiece. I really, really do. Let's see how many more we got. Let's do three more and then we'll call it a night. Silent Night, Deadly Night, a great movie. Another one I would say comes in around an S. I love Silent Night, Deadly Night. Not much more you can say about it. Santa's Sleigh with Bill Goldberg. Jeez. The opening scene is fun, but the rest of the movie is awful. I would say Santa's Sleigh is like a D. Scrooge with Bill Murray, I really like. I'd say it is an A. I like Bill Murray and Scrooge. Let's see. What do we got down here? See, some of these are not even Christmas movies. Silent Night, Bloody Night's a fucking F. Totally. Fucking Rabid. Rabid's not a Christmas movie. Like, some of these are, like, I don't understand. Jack Frost's like a B. Conjuring 2. Yeah, some of these are not even, like, I don't know. Some of these are not even Christmas movies. So, I don't know. I guess we could leave that there. Let's X that one out. Let's see. I got a couple more comments. That Fulci quote fits The Lodge like a glove. It really does. Santa Sleigh's an S, really? Oh man, I don't know. I kind of hate Santa Sleigh. Santa Sleigh, great opening, but the rest is awful. Yeah, the opening scene is great. It really should have just been like an SNL skit and just cut it there, or opening for Monday Night Raw or something because you had Goldberg. I hate Goldberg too, so maybe that's why. Like, part of the film, I'm like, fuck, like I don't want to watch this. It's fucking terrible, but I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, no. So that was fun. I mean, we ranked some Christmas horror movies. We ranked some Christmas regular movies. We did some fun Q&A, and this has been a kind of a fun celebration. So before we wrap, I guess I'll tell you guys what's coming up on the show, because we've got the next about month planned up pretty good. We're booked for the next month for Grande's Graveyard. Next week, like I said at the beginning, triple feature Giallo special with Matteo Appendino. He will be here. We will be talking all things Giallo films. I won't spoil those films yet. Probably around Sunday, Monday-ish, I'll tell you guys what they are in the promo post. After that, into the new year, I've got a very fun special show planned, and it's going to be January Horror Special. All movies released in January that are horror related, right, usually get that bad rep of, oh, it's a January horror movie. We're going to go in depth on a lot of these movies, their releases, their what they grossed, what their budget was, whether they were good, whether they were bad, or whether they were goddamn ugly. I have a big show planned for the first show of the new year. That's going to be the January horror special, which I'm looking forward to. Then we also have Nate, Deep Fried Awesomeness, if he's still here, coming on for Friday 13th. We're going to do a Friday 13th fan commentary, Nate's choice, whichever Friday 13th he wants to do. We're going to have him on for a discussion. And then after that, we're going to do one horror burnout episode with my good friend Henry, where we do a Studio Ghibli top 5. This one's going to be from Henry's perspective, and we'll go from there. So we got a bunch of specials and shows and stuff lined up. That's about the next month of Grande's Graveyard. And we also have a Twilight Zone episode from season 1 in the works, of course, with Fever Dreamland Theater, Anthony. So that's in the works, though. No specific date for that one yet. But yeah, that's like the next 4 or 5 shows are in the book, in the can, and are planned to go. So I'm super looking forward to those. Let's see. I don't like Goldberg either. Also, the rest of the just not as fun as that opening. Yeah, it is. It's just it doesn't live up to the rest of it. We have our pole special, dancing special coming up too. Of course we do. Where AJ Zetro is going to get to the top of a fucking pole wearing stockings and all and fucking putting on a show and putting me to shame. So I cannot wait for that. The AJ Zetro pole dancing special. Can't miss that. I've also been thinking of maybe doing another roundtable, but again, we basically have the next month planned right now. So I'll be keeping things in the works. People saying nice. Yeah, totally. We got all these things planned and like that. So I'm super excited for that stuff. But everybody, I want to say thank you so much for the warm birthday well wishes. It's truly humbling day, and tomorrow I'm excited. I got work, but obviously after that it's just going to be nice to kind of enjoy the rest of my first day as a 26-year-old. And it was fun spending my last hours as a 25-year-old with you all. It's a really, really good time as always in the graveyard. This stream was fantastic. Also have an awesome birthday tomorrow. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate that. Yeah, and if you guys want to shoot me a text or a message or whatever the hell, wish me happy birthday again tomorrow, I appreciate that. If not a worry in the goddamn world. But everybody, thank you so much. Have a wonderful, safe, happy holiday, no matter what you celebrate, like I said in the outgo. And hopefully everybody's doing well. Hopefully everybody is doing wonderful. And we will catch you next week for the Jallo special with Mateo, only on the Graveyard. Too Sweet Peace, and we will catch you next time.